Hello and welcome. In the discussion of finding the best sports car, there's always one name that comes about, and that is Porsche, and specifically the Porsche 911. Now, Porsche has been around since the dawn of time making sports cars, so they're bound to be in the topic. Even if you go on the old interwebs and search up the number one best sports car, it talks about the 2022 Porsche 911. Now it talks about the car's engine and its driving traits, but at the same time shows a picture of a McLaren. So even with the mistake of the McLaren, they are still talking about the Porsche 911 at the end of the day. Now, in today's video, I wanted to see if the Porsche 911 is actually that good in Gran Turismo 7. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the 2022 Porsche 911. Hopefully we'll see it soon. So the closest thing we have to it is the 2016 Porsche 911 GT3 RS. So now we are going to see, is the car as good as it is in real life in game. Firstly, we're going to take the 911 out standard around circuit to just see, okay, what it feels like stock. First impression of coming out of a turn and putting your foot down. If you immediately smash the accelerator, then the rear end is gonna break out. Unlike majority of the cars that are produced today, the Porsche still stands true to its original roots, with the engine in the back and the power getting sent to the back. So yes, this car is rear engine and rear wheel drive. Because of this fact, the car is very quick to break traction, which is, I think, one of the elements that brings so much enjoyment to driving this sports car. Now, the car has ample amounts of power. It has a very responsive acceleration. Even when it comes to braking, the braking is quite impressive. Now, driving a car standard, it doesn't actually feel like you're going that fast. And that's quite surprising because the car produces over 500 brake horsepower. Where this car really shines is when you throw it into some corners. The level of grip that this car actually has is quite impressive, and the way it just carries itself throughout the corners. Because yes, the car does have a slight bit of body roll, but I mean, every car that doesn't have a rock hard suspension does. But this car, if you just let off of the accelerator and have it go around the apex with absolute ease, the car will take you from apex to apex, and that is what I love. Now the thing is, the car is still very chuckable and fun, and that brings more of the enjoyment factor into your whole driving experience. And don't forget, at 500 horsepower, it's a lot of fun coming out of the corner. But what if you want more? Well, you're in luck. Once fully upgrading the power, you get almost 700 brake horsepower and under 1200 kgs of weight. Yes, somehow you're able to strip even more weight of the lightweight models. By upgrading this high level sports car, this now pushes it into supercar territory. Now, since we don't have any supercar events, we're just gonna throw it into the hypercar parade and see how well it can actually handle itself. But before we do that, we need to upgrade the look of it to just show that, hey, there is a difference between this and the standard version. Now, I went for this grey color because I thought it's just gonna make that orange roll cage and interior pop even more. Now, this has nothing to do with the car's performance. However, what does is the aero parts. The car has an incredible front splitter, side skirts and rear diffuser. The only part that really holds this car back or lets me down is the rear wing. If we want to add a rear wing that creates a lot of downforce, we have to destroy the look of the rear end of this vehicle. Honestly, killing the entire look of this vehicle's rear end. It is giving strong Forza aero vibes. But in the pursuit for downforce, this is a sacrifice that we have to make. On the hardest difficulty against cars above its punching weight, this is a true test of the 911's capabilities against some super/hypercars. So coming around corners, I must admit, this car is incredible. The amount of downforce, yes, we do sacrifice for looks, but the downforce that this car produces is quite insane. But with it having so much power now going to the rear wheels and having no traction, the rear end still steps out, and you do need to fight it a bit to keep this car in line, where some are overtaking Lamborghini Aventadors in a little 911. So it goes to show you that, hey, the underdog is here to fight. Now on the straightaway coming through this tunnel, it is a true test to see how high our top speed is now. As you can see, we are flying past McLarens. Now our speed is steadily climbing as we are about to go downhill now, going over 300 kilometers per hour before we need to slam on the brakes. Now, a difference between the 2016 GT3 RS and the 2022 Porsche 911 is the Porsche 911 from 2022 is equipped with twin turbos. Now the GT3 does not have the ability, and because of that the car does not have any forced induction, there's no boost, but at the same time there's no lag. The immediate power is there whenever you need it throughout the rev range. That's incredible and helps out so much when you need to go around some corners. So yes, it's a gift and sort of a curse, because with no traction on, if you slam on the accelerator a bit too soon, the rear end will step out, and just now if you're not careful, you might end up seeing that you're facing the wrong way. Now coming up to the first turn, I thought, you know what, we're gonna see how good or how great the downforce is on this car and not brake. And as you can see, that did not work out well. Even with that skill issue, we still push the car as hard as possible. Look how rare that brake disc is. We are really pushing this car as hard as possible to make it through the grid. And before we know it, we're in the front of the grid. Now just look at how the Porsche actually takes this turn. Literally on the curb, it took it perfectly. And that's really what the Porsche has the ability to do when it comes to turning. And that's why, because of how this car can handle turns, it is an incredibly great sports car. And I mean, with decades of producing basically the same car over and over again and fine tweaking to get this car to be the best sports car possible. And look, that has a very strong title. And in Gran Turismo 7, I think this is the best sports car. Personally, no. Look, it's still a good sports car. Is it the best? I'm sure there's something out there that's a lot better. So with that being said, that is the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, and hopefully in the future we get to actually see how great the new Porsche 911 is. Well, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.